The 2025 Champions League Final has been set. It will be Inter Milan taking on PSG May 31st in Munich, Germany, 3 p.m. Eastern. Joining me to help break down this most prestigious match is the one and only Carmine Bianco. Carm, first off, been far too long since you and I shared the airwaves, so to speak.
Yes.
YouTube channel. Secondly, initial thoughts, Inter and PSG. Certainly two deserved teams in the final, as it's Italy versus France for the right to be crowned champions of Europe.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I don't think anyone expected these two in the final. Maybe PSG, but not so much Inter Milan. But a lot of Inter Milan's they've flown under the radar screen, Brian. They were like 14-1 at one point to win the Champions League, and I think once the knockout stages came out and they saw the draw would have to go through likely Barcelona, who were the favorites to win this tournament. Those odds creeped up a little bit, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'll tell you this: 14 days of traveling through Italy just recently. When we're talking about Inter Milan, they want to be known just as Inter. They say that they are Inter and AC Milan are AC Milan. So those fan bases absolutely despise each other at San Siro in Milan, but I'll refer to them from this point forward as Inter and only Inter.
Yeah. All right. Let's go over the odds here. PSG minus 165 to win the cup. Inter plus 120. If you think PSG can get the job inside of 90 minutes plus stoppage time, plus 125, while Inter sits at plus 215. If you think it's going to go into added time, Carm, you can bet the draw at plus 235. And of course, the total 2.5, juiced a little bit towards the under. Inter, it's very interesting, Carm. We were talking off air before we went live. They were the best defensive side. How did they get here? Well, until that two-legged semifinal against Barcelona, they were dominant at the back end. Nobody was better defensively. If you would have told me that they would concede 6 times to Barcelona over those 2 legs and yet still advance, I would have said you were crazy. Your initial thoughts here as we've got the odds up for the Champions League final.
Yeah, I think the odds makers pretty much have it right, but I wouldn't be surprised if the price on PSG creeps up a little higher and the price on Inter comes down. This is one of those ones that by game time could be like plus 140 and Inter plus 190-ish, and a pick'em or close to a pick'em on the two-way handicap. So some of the knockout stage matchups for these teams, you just want to throw out as far as like score lines go and as far as goals go. PSG rolled over their fellow League One side, Brest, in the first knockout round, 3-0 and 7-0. So 10-0 on aggregate. That was a team that was struggling defensively, that they're not going to find that in this Inter squad. Against Aston Villa, it was a similar thing. Game 2 was a little higher scoring because of the Leg 1 result. I tend to think this game is going to be played the way Inter wants this game to be played. This is a team that during the group stages, 4 of their games were 1-0 victories. They seem to leave it late sometimes or get that lead and protect it. Obviously, the games against some will look at the games against Barcelona and 7-6 on aggregate and think, wow, we're going to see a high-scoring game between these two. PSG have a very good back line. Luis Enrique has done a fantastic job with this PSG side, and this is their second appearance in a Champions League final, 2019-2020, during the pandemic year where they lost 1-0 to a Bayern Munich in that one. So they're excited to be there. I think this team is a much better version than the PSG of years past, where they had Mbappe in there and they brought in Lionel Messi and they brought in a couple of former Real Madrid players as well too on the back line. This is a team that is built for this competition. They obviously ran over teams in League One. Plus 125 just doesn't seem like the right price here. I think plus 140-ish, plus 145 is what we're going to see on game time. And you look at Inter, they have a pedigree on this team. They've won the Champions League 3 times, but a couple of them happened in the 60s, 63, 64, 64, 65. 2009, 2010 is their most recent European Cup win for this side. The difference here with this Inter team, Brian, and I think you have to agree with me, is their flanks. Federico DeMarco and Denzel Dumfries. Those guys have played such a huge role in supporting Lautaro Martinez up front and Thuram up front, who are a great duel. That 3-5-2 that Inzaghi has with this side, they're playing some great football. They punted away the Serie A title, I think, to Napoli this year,
Mhm.
but they focused on winning this championship. Um, I think this is going to be a great game, but can you actually pick a side in this game to win in 90? Because this is one where, Bri, I would think the possibility of extra time and penalty kicks comes into play. And my man, who won us the Euro Championship against the UK, that England Three Lions club, Donnarumma, Gigi Donnarumma in goal. This guy is absolutely insane, and we saw it against Barcelona.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking more at the total, Carm. I brought up at the outset just how surprising it was that Inter was able to advance when conceding 6 goals across the 2 legs to Barcelona. Now, this is, PSG, obviously, they've got some great statistics. If you look at this Champions League run, I mean, they're first in match rating, first in big chances, second in XG, but still, you go back, Inter prior to the Champions League semifinal, they conceded multiple goals in only 12 of 51 matches this season. That includes the entire Serie A campaign. In fact, the 6 goals they conceded to Barcelona was one more than Inter had previously conceded in all of their other Champions League matches this season. They have the most clean sheets in the competition with 8. I'm expecting a bit of a, how shall we say, cagier affair in this final. I would lean towards the under 2.5 if you're looking to play the total. Just to refresh how we got here, you mentioned PSG dominating Brest. They had to actually go to a knockout playoff stage because they finished 15th in the inaugural league phase. Since then, they've eliminated 3 Premier League sides, as everyone remembers: Liverpool, Aston Villa, and Arsenal. So they were the Premier League slayers. But Inter, obviously, Carm, it was not an easy path, as they had to eliminate the top team in Germany, Bayern Munich, and then the top team in Spain, Barcelona. So 2 difficult paths. You mentioned Inter's kind of punted maybe the Serie A title to Napoli, while PSG, of course, as per usual, they've wrapped up Ligue 1. So do you have anything else you'd like to share on the total, Carm? I know you every year at wagertalk.com, you have a great promotion for this Champions League final. You could talk about that as we wrap it up and take this thing home.
Yeah, with these lines just coming out, obviously player props, team props are yet to come out. Those usually come out the week prior to the game being played. And every year I do a $1 customer appreciation for Champions League, where I will have a play on the game and a slew of props, everything from exact scores. And we've hit some really good exact scores in the past. The one I remember fondest was the Liverpool over Tottenham 2-0 final score, and that game finished 2-0. At plus, I think it was plus 900. Those are always nice, juicy ones. So keep an eye on that on my page over at Wager Talk. And as far as the total, Brian, I agree with you. I think I actually thought this total would come out at 2.25 goals, which is that Asian split line of 2 and 2.5. At 2.5, I do like the under, because I think that these teams, it's going to be a cagey affair. They don't need to press to attack. This is one of those ones where one goal could win it. This could be similar to that 2019-2020 for PSG that finished 1-0, but they're looking to sort of reverse the tables and be on the winning end of that 1-0 victory. 2 very good teams, 2 very good formations. The 3-5-2 that Inter have is just so tough to break down. Even in that first game against Barcelona that finished 3-3, the expected goals combined for that game were just a little over 2 at 2.12, I believe. So that just tells you that the chances are few and far between. I think that's going to be similar in Munich on game day.
Yeah, I think PSG probably controls possession. They've been doing a good job throughout the tournament at that. One of the top teams in possession so far in the Champions League, 4th, I believe. As for me, you can, of course, go WT.buzz/BP for my Champions League play. It's been a great year in soccer. We're up over 54 units the last 365 days. We look to keep it rolling here throughout May. So, Carmen, unless if you have anything else, I think that does it here for this Champions League final preview. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Remember, please smash that like button. Let us know down in the comment section below who you are betting on, PSG or Inter. Maybe you like the total. Let us know. We always enjoy seeing your guys' feedback. Just if you could do me a favor, please click that subscribe button. That way you are instantly notified when all of your favorite shows drop here on the Wager Talk YouTube channel. He's Carmine Bianco. I'm Brian Power. Until next time, let's cash some tickets.